What's going on, everybody? I'm Trusted Troublemaker.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Meech Breezy.
And we'd like to welcome y'all to our new show called Now We Talkin. So, pretty much, my brother here and I have decided to combine our entertainment forces together into one show that combines themes such as sports, everyday living, food, culture, music, all that, just to give you guys an update on what we think, to give you the everyday brother man's perspective on what's going on. And hopefully you guys like our show, fifth floor, everybody. So just to give you guys an example, we're going to be talking about, what's been going on in the football world, the basketball world. We're going to be talking about things like Cardi B and Offset.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently that happened.
Yeah, that happened. That actually did happen. She said she filed for divorce.
Yeah, so apparently Offset said that he was kind of over anyway, because she said that she was tired of arguing with him
About bitches. Yeah.
About bitches. Yeah. And he
He
said he wanted her to start toning her lyrics down because he felt like WAP was unacceptable. Now, I've heard almost every Migos song ever written. And these guys were never shy about explaining how they felt about the pussy, nor would they held back on what they would do to it if given the opportunity. So, I mean, I know Cardi B's like, she's a freak. She's a freak. She ain't no play freak. She's a freak.
Duh, and you knew that when you got with her.
But
everybody
Offset's a freak too. Like, I mean, they were just two freaks together that just couldn't handle the freakiness of the situation.
Well, never even want to see.
And they got a baby named Culture out of it. So, I mean, I guess that was a good idea.
That's what happens when you get two freaks together.
But how do you feel about WAP, Meech Breezy? How does that song make you feel?
WAP? Honestly, I mean, I don't care. It's just entertainment, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just good entertainment. That song, it ain't like it's a bad song. I mean, it's just, to me, it's just another song, man.
I think you and I both enjoy some WAP.
Yeah.
I think we're both
I
fans
love
of
WAP.
Said he loves it.
That's part of the problem.
He approves of that message.
Part of the problem right there.
I think my only issue with it is like, when I saw that video,
Oh my God. Don't get me started on the video.
like I think if they would have been naked, like it would have been more appropriate. Like it was almost like I couldn't comprehend. Like I was like, I'm really watching this right now.
Let me tell you something.
Combined with the lyrics, I'm like, this is the freakiest shit I've ever seen.
Oh my God, bro! My favorite video right now. It was the Tekashi and 6ix9ine when Nicki Minaj was just naked in with. It was that one. You know what I'm saying? Bouncing titties and everything. That was my favorite video. This one, that was they doing choreography and everything.
They bringing the leg over the head, around the neck, and down the other way. Like I was like, wow, that's some talented ladies right there.
Well, let me tell you something. Megan Thee Stallion.
And that's not a small woman, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
That's a whole lot of, that's a stallion.
I'm a whole lot of man. Okay. Please believe, Megan. When I get famous, when you hear my rap song on radio, I'm telling you.
And that's no disrespect to
yeah, no disrespect.
To
no idea.
What's his name?
Tory Lanez.
Tory Lanez.
Man, look, I don't even want to get into that because Tory Lanez was like one of my favorite
Tory
artists.
Lanez, I think that situation was an example of knowing.
He apologized.
Yeah, knowing when and where you're not about that life.
Right.
Because I think people they take Tory Lanez lightly because he's he's a goofy guy. He likes to have fun.
Man, goofy cool.
I wouldn't say he's goofy. I just say
he's small. They're the small dude.
I wouldn't even say it's that. I mean, he's a different type of cat. Like he's not, he just carries himself differently.
Please find that man's from Canada.
and I think they think like just because he's from where he's from, but I mean, I don't doubt for a second Tory Lanez is about that life. I believe that
apparently
that
2J female.
Mr. $6 meal at McDonald's, I think he got firsthand experience of just how serious Tory Lanez was about their life. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Travis Scott.
Yeah, Travis Scott. I think.
But then you see them arguing, bro. Tory Lanez is like right here. Travis Scott is like the height differential.
See, now there are times in my life where when I first saw Travis Scott, I was like, that's somebody I wouldn't want to be alone in an alleyway.
He look like he'll rape you.
Yeah, he's going to be either a rape or a robbery, or a rape and a robbery, or maybe a rape during a robbery. I don't know. It's going to be one of those. And then he's talking to Tory Lanez
down, like his head is down. Tory Lanez was like, "No, fuck that."
He's like,
"Anyone y'all can get the fame.
I'm not the one." And he's like, I think being out in Hollywood, they kind of softened up that Houston out of you.
Yeah, it kind of you forget about. It seems like once they move to Hollywood, bro, they get weird.
Yeah. I agree. I think we've seen that happen to a lot of artists.
Yeah,
where,
like somebody need to tell YG them clothes he be wearing is not it. YG on the set, we on the same set.
Not
look,
YG.
Okay, them rodeo clown clothes, bro, is not what's up.
See, and I think that's what happens with some artists. They're put in a position where they have to make a choice. You're either going to make money,
right,
or you're going to be about that life. Like, it's going to be very hard to do both.
Right.
That's like, what Gucci said about OJ the Juice Man. In his opinion, it's like he always had one foot in, one foot out.
Because OJ the Juice Man had money.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Before he even started rapping, he just one of them dudes. We ain't got to take shit serious because you got money. You know what I'm saying? So.
And I advise, I'm not going to advise that you commit any illegal activity of any kind, but it's like, if you know where you came from,
right,
and you know what you're about, who you are as a person, but you're given an opportunity, you have a talent, whether that's an athlete, and we see this will happen with athletes. I think Antonio Brown is a prime example of that.
Yeah, he was smart when he got to the Patriots. He just fucked up.
Yeah.
Only thing that got him fucked up is when that girl came out and was like, the little allegations and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Antonio Brown was smart. I think he knew where he wanted to go, and he got to the Raiders facility and saying, this ain't gonna be what's up. This ain't what's up.
No,
they probably got it. He probably told, and they got into, he got into it with whoever, and he got, went to the Patriots. Now, what the fucked up thing was when that girl came out and was like, with the sexual allegations or whatever, which was bullshit. Because I wanted Tom to get his 7th ring, and with him, we would have got it. Okay? Shit.
And like you and I had talked about this, I think that all that relates back, not to like victim shame or something, because one, we weren't there. We didn't see what happened. We don't know what happened. I mean, I don't know Antonio Brown personally, but it's just, it's funny how when certain things happen in a certain person's life that things just suddenly pop up. Now, mind you, he did have some choice words for the owner of the Raiders, and I believe that was the beginning.
He did that. A man only talks to you that way when he feels disrespected.
Oh, absolutely.
Nobody's gonna talk to you that way if you ain't disrespect nobody.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because he never cussed out the owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
No.
Never cussed out the coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Sure did.
You know what I'm saying? Which
means he even apologized.
Right.
He apologized for everything.
For everything. But a man is only gonna talk to you that way is if you disrespect him or he felt disrespected.
And I think that's what happens with anybody in the celebrity world, athletes, musicians. I think what happens is that, let's say that this is all scripted. Let's say that it's all like Illuminati, all that type of stuff. Like it was all like people pulling the strings. people still are gonna feel how they feel about whatever it is they feel.
Right.
You know, whether it's $1 million, whether it's $10, if you disrespect certain people, they're gonna take exception to that.
Yep.
And they don't care what the storyline is, what the narrative is that they're supposed to follow. I was listening to a YouTube personality on there, Kevin Samuels. He's like, he's an image consultant, and he talks a lot about, you know, how to make yourself a high value individual.
Yeah.
And I was listening to his Will and Jada podcast where he was talking about
the entanglement.
The entanglement thing where that's a prime example of damage control in the industry. Here you have someone like Will Smith who you can put Will Smith anywhere.
Right.
You know, you can put him on anything. You know, he
Any
said he had
social
Nickelodeon and Disney money.
Yeah.
You know, and if
you know, Will Smith was for the kids. You know what
absolutely.
Will Smith was for the kids. Why you think in his raps he never cussed in his raps? Well, except for one, where he had just got signed, and this old lady hit his beamer. He got a song on called "You Saw My Blinker, Bitch." That when the bitch hit his shit,
well,
she tried to sue him.
I mean, if
that one, because he was Will Smith.
If the bitch did see his blinker, I mean, he has to.
But other than that, you know what I'm saying? I get it because I done that bitch too, but.
But you know, for him to have handled that the way that he did, even with how things went, because
first of all, let's get this up there. It was like 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. They were separated. They were not together.
Yes.
They were living in the same house. They were not together.
Mm-hmm.
That's what everybody need to realize. This shit is old.
Yeah.
Okay? Which is what they said in the thing. He was like, look, this is old. I don't even know why it's coming up now. It's like, we've been there, we've done that, we've moved past it, but it looked like we got to talk about it because August won't let it go. August been talking about this shit for years. He ain't, and you know, he probably, you know, he just trying to get some
well, that was one point that Kevin
Samuels
was making. He was saying that you know, this was a publicity stunt on August's part, but at the same time, I feel like being in that status, you know, the higher draw in the situation is clearly Will Smith and Jada.
Right.
You know, they're high on the totem pole in that respect, and I feel like it was Jada's responsibility to make sure that it wasn't as messy as it turned out to be.
Well, it didn't get messy until like 5 years later when August Alsina ain't got no songs.
Oh yeah. I mean, when you're desperate,
album,
you're gonna. Because
record label probably talking about letting you go.
Because I didn't know when all that came out, he released an album around that same time
called Entanglements. Like Nick, like.
See, and I don't, you know, I don't try to get into conspiracy theories, but one thing I'd like to talk about on this show consistently is like, I want everybody to be fully aware of what's going on. Don't just like be spoon fed what people are trying to show you or convince you of. If you don't know by now, this COVID situation has exposed everything to me. And there is way more going on. And I mean, they're not even trying to hide it now. No. They're just saying like, oh, you know, well, I mean, I know it wasn't as big of a deal now, but suddenly it's a big deal, you know, and you know, you guys gotta go.
You know what's funny though? When they get too close to November, we ain't even gonna hear about this COVID shit. When we hit the October, end of October, beginning of November, when the election time is, we ain't gonna hear nothing else about this COVID shit.
Nah, I hope not.
It's gonna be dead, or it's not, or it's gonna be not that. It ain't gonna be that big of a deal.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. See, like I don't know if you heard that.
Talking about like the mayor of Nashville.
No, it was Sean Payton and John Gruden. Both were fined $100,000 apiece for not wearing their mask on the sidelines. $100,000 apiece.
What?
Yeah.
Oh no.
And the reason I believe that is because the message. You look at basketball, everything is like wear a mask. You know, like
it's illegal not to wear a mask.
You know, if it's a part of the agenda, if it's all scripted and they're not doing their part, you know, $100,000 even to $1 million, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like imagine you got $100, you take out 10. That's if you needed $10, you got $90 left.
And now and it costs $100 to fill your tank up. You like, bruh,
Because those guys, even though they may be millionaires, they're not spending $100,000 in a year. Some of these guys, they're living like that's how they're keeping their money.
I mean, if they ain't got the contract Patrick Mahomes got, or Mike Williams, or you know what I'm saying?
That's ridiculous.
Patrick Mahomes got a $500 million contract.
That's like getting charged like $500.
My first year, I'm blowing all my checks. I don't even give a damn.
Oh yeah. If I ever, whether it was in music or whatever it hits the fan, that first check.
His first when he signed that new deal, I was like, I'm blowing my first couple checks I'm getting from the NFL. I'm gonna just buy stupid.
So $500 million, okay, $10 million, yeah, that's gone. That's definitely. But I mean, how would you spend that? Like, okay, for me, I definitely have to get like a dolphin made out of glass,
bro.
Like a
whole stupid shit.
Like this
like
thing.
Like, got a red horse in his mansion, just no reason. I'm getting that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna recreate in my mansion the Red Ribbon Army.
Yeah.
From Dragon Ball Z. I'm gonna have me Goku right here destroying the Red Ribbon Army, bro.
Red stormtroopers walking through my house. Like,
shit,
it's like yes, what do you
100 million, 500 million, bro, $450 million. I'm sorry, it's $450 million, but it's $500 million incentive based. This man gonna get his incentives. This man throwing all the touchdowns in the world, bro.
They want this man to make that money,
bro.
They wouldn't even have talked about it.
And then Reed found the secret. He was like, "Look, all my receivers just need to be fast. That's it." That's it.
Speed and catching. That's all you need to be fast and know how to catch.
Fast and know how to catch. You gonna get out here.
But it must be nice.
Cause look at Miko. Miko Hunter was a rookie. Came in and won a Super Bowl rookie year. Got a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What? Get out of here. And he was a part of the Super Bowl. Man, I don't even want to get started on the Legion of Zoom, bro.
No, those guys are.
It pisses me off how they'll be down all game, right? And then all of a sudden, like when they played the Patriots in 2018 in the AFC, they had the ball They had the ball for 30 seconds. They had the ball to the end of the half. They scored in 3 minutes. For 3 minutes, they scored touchdowns in 3 minutes to tie the game back up. Bro. It was crazy.
It almost doesn't make sense how certain things work out. So talking about that, we're not even going to bring up the Falcons and Patriots Super Bowl,
which is my favorite Super Bowl.
That was
a long time. Make it so bad. Look, I'm from Atlanta, but I stopped being a Falcons fan when we went to the Super Bowl in 1998 and lost to the Broncos. I wasn't a fan no more. I was mad. I was like, we get all the way to the Super Bowl to lose it. The grueling schedule that we had, but I'm talking about it was whooping everybody too.
Yeah, the Falcons have definitely had some pretty good years. Now, I grew up in Atlanta as well, but I was raised a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if anybody saw the game yesterday who was watching. I wasn't able to see it. I saw that the Falcons were whooping the Cowboys' ass, and I'm like, okay, go down by 2. Maybe we can just get it back together. Maybe we just needed to ass whooping like this to get ourselves back on track. I get a message from my boy. He's tripping out. And I'm like, don't tell me the Cowboys won. Here's a statistic for you, folks. From the Falcoholic himself. 440-0 were teams that were up by 30 with no turnovers in any game that had been played up until yesterday. And the Falcons broke that record. They're the first team to have no turnovers, to be up by 30, to not win a game. And the Cowboys turned the ball over 4 times.
That's one.
It's just not in the cards, folks. They have a great stadium. I forever love Atlanta.
Bro. The Dome is a motherfucker. I don't care what nobody. That's a good. That ain't nothing like the Georgia Dome, bro. I'm sorry.
Well, never mind. That was a lot of memories.
You feel me? It ain't nothing like that. It ain't nothing like the Georgia Dome.
Yeah.
But look, man, it's. Even with the Patriots Super Bowl, when you up by 25, bro, in the Super Bowl, and you still lose.
Because I'm going to tell you what, folks, going into that half, Tom Brady looked at the TV. He looked at me, I looked at him.
And I looked at him, and he looked at me.
And we just had a moment, and Tom just shook his head. He's like, Tim, it's done. And I'm like, I'm like, Tom, this is what you get, man. You can't win all the time.
Can't win.
And having watched the Falcons time and time again, whether it was sober, drunk, eating chicken wings, eating cornbread, eating whatever I was eating, I knew come that third to fourth quarter, the Falcons were going to be up. And they said, no, you know what?
You know what? Tom said, we ain't going out like this. I ain't going out like this.
No, the Falcons said, we are going out like this. This is exactly, we are going to fuck everything up. As if it is our mission preordained by the Holy Spirit, we are going to fuck this whole, we're going to say this shit, baby.
Jesus told us to do it, and we did it. What the fuck?
I said, and Kyle Shanahan turned into an offensive madman.
I'm talking about, we going to still throw it.
We going to throw this ball like we ain't never.
I mean, but when you got Julio Jones out there, and the catch he made on the sideline, that was I mean, it don't get no more contested than that.
But they couldn't stop the run. The Patriots could not stop the run.
And
they just run the ball.
No, they couldn't.
Just let Freeman, you have two running backs. Just let them go. Just let them run all over the place.
But you do what got you there. And what got them there? It sure wasn't the run game. I'll tell you that right now. No. That year, the Atlanta had the most explosive offense ever. And they were really... It was preordained for them to go, bro. Like, there's no way you got this offense. You got Julio. You got not Calvin Johnson, but Calvin Ridley was he doing his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mohamed Sanu was doing his thing. Mm-hmm. And then come to the Patriots, and then Mohamed Sanu ain't shit. I don't want to get started. But
I mean, I feel it. It was hard. It was hard to root against them, man.
It was, man. They had the most explosive offense, and Julio Jones was a madman that year. He wasn't going.
I would say if anybody on the Falcons team, if I could just give him a Super Bowl trophy,
bro, just to be like, you know what, Julio, here, man.
Would definitely like this here.
The way that man carried himself, bro. He's the best receiver in the NFL. Don't care what nobody say. Just gonna get that out the way.
It's hard to argue.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, it ain't Mike Thomas. Even though Mike Thomas done had 4 seasons with 100+ catches.
There's some fun. I mean, everybody else is a close second to him.
Yeah,
I will say there were some very close seconds.
It's Mike Thomas though. You can't guard Mike though. That dude right there, I will give it to him. Last year, he caught everything. 144 passes. Every last one of them. And I didn't drop one.
That's insane. That's
an
insane statistic.
Like, bruh. But the year before that, whatchamacallit? DeAndre Hopkins. 115 passes, 120 passes, something like that.
Yeah.
Didn't drop one of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Man, look, all I know is it's Julio, man. He a different dude, but he's a physical freak, dude. Like 6'3", 6'4", he 230 pounds. He run 4'3". Like, ain't no way, bro.
I mean, when you got a guy catching the ball over 3 people, that's just what do you do with that?
That's Mr. Throw it up, I go get it. But he said that's on the sideline. Just throw it to me.
So that's all I need. If you throw the ball to me, I guarantee the likeliness of us converting this first down is going to increase at least by 30%.
Man, just throw it to me.
Because all I got to do is reach, and somehow it'll find its way into my hand.
That catch he made in the Super Bowl on the sideline, that thing was amazing. I was like, oh my God, we just lost. That's it, we just lost. And then Matt Ryan gets sacked, and then that was.
and then you elect not to kick a field goal, and
right.
I don't understand it. But that is in the past. We got to focus on the present. And
you think? I don't think Kansas City going. You think they're going back to the Super Bowl?
Okay, here's my thing about Kansas City. They're a phenomenal team, but they are beatable.
They are. Because the first game with these Texans, bro, the Texans literally could have beat these dudes.
They gave up on the run.
Yeah.
The Kansas City had no answer for that. And the thing is, and then, of course, they blitzed on every play, which they had to.
Yeah, because you got Patrick Mahomes, but you can't let him see.
You know, if you let... I'm going to give you guys the key to victory against Patrick Mahomes, just in case. I'm not a defensive coordinator or anything of the sort, but if you let this man step back
and just drop back and just
drop back.
It's over with.
It's you're dead. You're dead. He's gonna kill you every single time. You got to make a move to his left or to his right.
But you see, that really don't even work half the time either.
Yeah,
you gotta be on him, like physically touching this man.
You have to get to this man.
You have to touch him,
throw him out of his rhythm
because that man will run to his and then throw it 70 yards down the field to Tyreek Hill. You'd be like, oh my god.
And the receivers are gonna be open.
I don't know, Tyreek.
They're gonna be open. Because they're faster than everybody else on the field.
Planet, bro. Like,
and so you cannot, because if he's going to throw it, because it's going to go for at least 50 yards.
If
he throws it,
it's
gone. Like it's in
what he did in the Super Bowl. He threw
one
pass to Tyreek. The one pass he threw to Tyreek, it was a 50-yard bomb. That's
so end the fucking quarter. Contain.
Let's go hit. He gonna be the future though. Him. Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson. I like the way him and Deshaun Watson battle, man. Yeah. That's gonna be the Brady. That's gonna be the new Brady and Brady and Peyton Manning right there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is important because
you
you have a great running back with Houston, and then you gotta let Deshaun be Deshaun. You gotta let him air that ball out.
When he do air it out though, he got no receivers to fucking catch it.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry, bro.
You gotta get this man weapon.
He had his blanket. DeAndre was his security blanket. He be getting in the room. And then break out of like 9 sacks. Hurl it.
That is an I mean, don't get me wrong. Lamar Lamar doesn't need to break tackles because they don't get close to him. He just moves out the way. But Deshaun, he's like,
I'm talking about they on him. They be grabbing his jersey and trying to grab by the back of the head.
I may not put butter on Crisco on his uniform before he goes out and plays because they cannot grab this man.
No. And they be like this on him too.
So you coming down?
He be like, you ain't see the one where he just pushed dude. Last Sunday, bro, it was on this one. He said, bloop it off, man. Do it for completion. I'm like, this dude here, y'all talking about Patrick. This dude right here, he's like Russell Wilson, bro.
Yeah.
Houdini for real.
I'm very excited about the NFL season.
We got a lot of black quarterbacks. That's what I'm happy about.
Yeah, it's going to look really good. We're drawing closer to the end of the NBA season.
Yeah.
I will say,
not even gonna watch the NBA, bro. I'm not even gonna watch it. It's the Lakers gonna win. It's one. Soon as Clippers got put out, I don't know how they blew it, but they blew it.
I will say,
when Paul George got 7 points, Kawhi Leonard only got 7 points in
I'm very surprised that like the whole bubble playoffs, man. This has been some of the most competitive games I've ever seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, shout out, whatever happens, like, of course, the Lakers, that's my team. I think that it's gonna be a very competitive 4-game losing streak. Like, it's gonna be a very competitive sweep. But shout out to the Nuggets.
For putting out the Clippers.
What a fight.
I'm talking about.
You want to talk about heart and spirit. The Nuggets, I mean, it was one thing with, who was it? When they beat,
Portland?
No, the Lakers beat Portland.
No, they did.
When they beat, Utah. When they brought Utah to a Game 7, I'm talking about Jamal Murray balled out.
Yeah.
Between Jamal Murray and the Joker, those dudes, they're going to win a championship at some point.
Yeah.
At some point in time, but this year is the Lakers.
It's just too much manpower.
It's just because Houston had a chance. Houston did have a chance. They want to talk about all their newfound defense. James Harden knew, and it wasn't James Harden's fault this time. It's one of the few times it was not his fault, but the team. You guys, you gave up. You just gave up. I mean, you do not win basketball that way by this shooting. You got the whole team. It can't be one dude all of a sudden finally realizes, oh, I can't play defense. Look at that.
Yeah.
And then everybody else stops. Like that. That's how it was. It's got to be a unanimous effort, but no big man against the big man.
No big man. That's the thing about the West. That's why the West always dominates the East.
Now, do you predict, let's say the Lakers, hypothetically, let's say the Lakers, it is of course they're going to win, but let's say they get to the championship. What do you think is going to make a better story? I will end with this. What do you think is going to make a better story? LeBron playing against one of his old NBA teams.
Probably going to be Miami.
Yeah, playing against Miami, or a reignition of the Lakers-Boston championship rivalry.
It's not going to be Boston, though. The way Miami first two games put it on Boston, bro.
Now, I will say, I feel like Boston is always...
But this Boston right here got LeBron number, because he can't do nothing with Jason Tatum.
I am concerned. I am very concerned.
He can't do nothing with Tatum or Jalen. He can't do none of them.
Yeah, I will say Jason Tatum's Boston Celtics has been a thorn in LeBron's side.
I'm talking about
since
they
became
merged.
a thing.
I mean, Jesus.
And I believe that they would pose a bigger threat to the Lakers, even though I think Miami right now is the better team. I would say if it does come down to Miami and the Lakers, as much as Miami, I think that's the thing. Miami does not want this to become a shootout. Or better yet, I don't think the Lakers want it to be a shootout with Miami.
Well, I'm finna say, because Miami got shooters now.
And Tyler Hero?
Yeah, Hero is not playing.
That is a bad
And Dragic. They is knocking them. I'm talking about, hey, they got shooters over there now.
But I have seen time and time again that when it comes to the backcourt, the Lakers are going to adjust, and between Danny Green, Caruso, and Rondo, those guys they're not letting it happen. They're not there. Whatever point guard you had,
Alex Caruso looked old as hell. But
that ball-headed fool can ball.
That boy can ball.
That is a smooth cat right there.
That boy can ball, man.
I don't know where they found him from.
I don't know what Clippers bitch. He was at a Clippers game, and they was like, "Hey, you can play football? Come on, let me show you." And then all of a sudden,
and I'm predicting that if they do get to the championship, I feel like Kyle Kuzma is going to have one hell of a championship series.
Yeah. Kuzma, he gonna contribute
because that game-winning shot that was crazy, and I said we always knew he had it in him.
Yeah,
because it said Lakers are always going to be successful.
I'm just mad he fucked up with his shit. I'm just mad he fucked up with Lonzo, man. Him and Lonzo was like this.
I wanted that to work. So
you know what I'm saying? Him and Lonzo was like this. I don't know what he did, but snitching or fucking one of Lonzo bitches.
Probably all of the above.
I don't know what he did, but Lonzo
he did a little bit of everything.
Or not what it was. I think what it was when everybody got traded, you was the only one who didn't get traded, bro. Like, no.
I said I don't like it. I said
that man was smoozing LeBron. He was LeBron.
You know Hollywood. Oh, Kyle, you Hollywood.
Kyle, you Hollywood.
Yeah.
Your hair, what you just did?
Yeah,
bro. How you just?
What you did with your hair?
Yeah,
that's
that Cisco Bob.
Yeah,
with Cisco looking like Cisco.
That was light on light.
That was it.
Said your whole body is made of gold. He looking like.
You too light out here, man. We can't get this shiny nigga the ball out here, man. We can't even see him on the court.
He looking like a banana out here.
Who is this light? Who is this? What is that? What is that?
Don't let that man do that to himself. Like,
where's his friends?
But yeah, so we hope you guys like this first episode of Now We Talkin.
This is pretty much how it's gonna go.
It's gonna go like this. We're gonna get a yes.
Politics. We go this way. I don't know politics. I'm not a big politician. But the man who we have in office now cannot be in office no more. Get this nigga the fuck up out of there. Okay, I don't know how we gotta do it. Impeach. It's too late to impeach. They tried to impeach him.
They did impeach him.
They did.
And then
what happened?
He said, "Fuck that shit."
Yeah, no impeachment.
So I'm still here, bitches.
Yeah, he didn't get impeached because Clinton got impeached. They got him the fuck up out the office.
Yeah. November is going to be very interesting.
He ain't threatening motherfuckers. You will go to jail if you impeach me. And you see cabinet with the jail. He putting everybody in jail.
Yeah.
He ain't playing.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We'll talk about what's going on closer and closer to November. We'll talk about all that, the Black Lives Matter, all that's going on with the police, all of that. We'll get into all of that, and just make sure we have as much content as possible for you guys. We want you to keep watching. We want you to subscribe. We want you to help us in our journey to make this a pretty big deal right here.
So, subscribe, man. We on the road to 100 followers, man. Come on with it. 100 followers.
That's what we need. That's what we're looking for.
100 followers, man.
And the more you subscribe, the more you follow us, the better content we can give you guys.
Right.
And shout out our IGs. Mine is Trusted Troublemaker.
Mine is Meech Breezy.
Snapchat, I don't know if you have Snapchat.
I don't really be on Snapchat.
Well,
I'm gonna make one. I'll make one in
yeah, we can make it. Mine is Trust for Trouble. I do some wacky stuff on there. That's what most of you have watched. But yes, please follow us, get to know us, ask us questions, and let us know how you feel about everything. Please let us know. Subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell so you can get more updates. You, sir, need to create your own channel so you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna create one.
And we're gonna be looking forward to Meech Breeze's content in the future. And as of right now,
there's gonna be some of everything on this. Let y'all know. It's just crazy
because this is gonna be our main platform for the both of us. Yeah. We want to start getting into skits, movies. We're trying to get into music, all of that stuff, guys. So help us, help you. Let's help each other. And as always, for me, it's Trusted Troublemaker. Trust me to trouble you. Meech Breezy.
Meech Breezy. And we out, man. Y'all have a good one. Not that bad, man. Is that a remote or?
Oh, hold up. This will be in the bloopers. Stop the video.
Stop quit it. Is that a remote?